And she has like 40 customers, and each customer pays $100 for cleaning. That's $4,000 a month.
Support all kind of businesses, and you don't have to have an account with Midwest Bank Center to get
stories you've heard before about African Americans in terms of gender. Bring your mind wide open that way, because from here we would like you to make a change to the environment.
Understanding and healthy dialogue.
He's married to his honey.
A non-profit organization serving first the small community.
To raise money for Kenya, we want to build some classrooms there.
Technology is one of those spaces that thrives on problem solving. There's so many
address some of the economic disparities between the African community and the broader St. Louis community.
For Africa is here for you. They want to help you do this.
And so you have that.
Immigrants on the resources available for entrepreneurs and business owners. I was the one who came here during winter. I almost cried in this house with the little one. But when I called, I remember when I called someone
on average per year from 75 countries.
There's something a company wants this bot to be able to do.
As American, I say, what is your last name? That is a reminder all the time. He is not so American as he thinks. The last name.
So I can definitely assist with
those resources, and we want to find a way how we can be able to connect those two. Those who are looking for information and those who have that information, we want to bring them together.
That the persistence and the drive that I've seen.
And I grew up in the late 40s, early 50s. And at that time, the polite term and other persons of African ancestry.
Should we talk about economics? I mean, I love this idea of why aren't we as African Americans
take something from this meeting and go and do something about it? You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey. And thank you everybody for coming in. Like I said, I know how difficult sometimes it is to get time, even to attend these online sessions. And so I really appreciate your time here. So like Geoffrey said, we started our journey a while back with Geoffrey. I'm going to be sharing my PowerPoint here. And just so that, okay, here we go. And Geoffrey and I go a long way. I used to live in St. Louis. For some of you who are already in St. Louis, I used to live there. And give me 1 second. I'm going to stop the share for a second and go to the right one. So Geoffrey used to, when I first met him, I noticed immediately that his website needed a makeover. And so I started working with him, creating that new platform. Give me 1 second, let me close this so that I have only one. And let me see. Share. Can you see my screen?
Yep, it's good.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for your patience. So I noticed his website needed a makeover, and so we started talking sometime last year. And he was very trusting, and we started working on it and put all the information that he had shared. It's really a great website. And so today I wanted us to talk about how you can launch and market your online business fast. And in case you are wondering, this is me, and this is the session that you signed up on. But I have a question for you. If you have ever had, of course, for most people who have their knowledge, their skills, their experience, their background, and maybe you either have a business based on that, like some of us went to school for a certain area, and then you started a business based on your skills. But today, what you have can actually help somebody else. Like we are noticing, of course, all around us, especially because of COVID. And I'm sorry to use that word. I hope not to, as we move forward, because we want to keep positive. Like Geoffrey said, this is my contact in case you're looking to contact me. And based on the background that you saw, I'm from Hawaii, but I actually moved here from Chicago a while back. And I have lived in about 7 other states. So I moved here about 2008. I help entrepreneurs overcome their challenges and create profitable online businesses using digital marketing strategies. And this is the reason why. Thank you, by the way, our host, Geoffrey. I really appreciate the opportunity that he gave to me. Like I mentioned, most of us have had our backgrounds and our workplaces. This is where I used to work. I've worked with 5 major universities, 4 of them here in the United States, but one in Kenya. I was trained as a horticulturalist. And some of you, of course, like I said, were trained in maybe a different area than what you are currently doing. And so that's me in Hawaii. So in 2011, I had a job transition and I had a decision to make. I really wanted to reach people far and wide with my gardening expertise. I really wanted to know, how do I create a membership site? How do I reach those people in Africa, for instance, who might still be having a problem with their gardening? And so I embarked on this journey that I started learning everything I could about digital marketing. It took me quite a while. And in the process of learning, I started also learning about how to create a website. And I did my first website in 2013 and it bombed. Then I did my current one in 2016. And then I started realizing the same challenges I had at that time about how to market using digital marketing were the same challenges a lot of other people had. And so I started working with entrepreneurs. During that time when I was learning, I came across some of these gurus. And I'm sure some of you, you've been online, you've noticed, of course, some of these online gurus that, you hear, somebody saying, oh, you can do this, or you can do that. My earliest person to come into contact with was Brendon Burchard. He's the author of all these books, The High Performance Habit. I have almost all his books. But one of the things that he mentioned at the time that really resonated with me was that you could use your skills, your knowledge, your experience to provide value and create your own ATM. The moment I had ATM, I was sold. Who didn't want to be going somewhere and just clicking and getting some money coming out of your ATM? But basically what he was trying to say was, if you create value for people, they will pay you, because what you do is you shorten the learning curve for a lot of people. And so I started following him, of course, at that time. And he had even a way to show how you could actually translate what you learned and what you had. He was a personal coach. He still is. He's grown into a mega guru online since. And at that time, something was triggered in me. And so as I was learning, I kept on asking myself, but how do I even create a membership site? How do I do digital courses? How do I market online using Facebook or any of the social media platforms? Because I know, like you, if you are in the same place, today there is so much information online. Everybody is giving you information of what to do. And sometimes it can become a bit confusing. And so over the years, it's helped me to be able to distill that information to what can you do? What do you really need to be able to move forward? I then came across other gurus. This is a guy I also admire. His name is Brendon Burchard. And at that time, he was also talking about a value ladder. And the value ladder at that time was where you create your programs and you have like the lowest level entry point of your programs. Because sometimes when you're talking to people about what you do, you may have, let's say, at the very top, your mastermind. And at that level, like for him, he had a mastermind for $25,000 a year when I met him. No, I didn't pay for that. I couldn't afford it at the time. But he said that sometimes when people encounter you, they can't pay for that high-end thing, but they can enter in at the lower level so that you start building up that relationship with them. So he started talking about having free offers, and you probably have seen those online. You know, a lot of times you get maybe a cheat sheet of something, or a checklist, or a PDF, or even a free video. Those are low entry points where you start bringing people into your ecosystem. And that, of course, resonated with me. But at that time, he also had a software, ClickFunnels. And ClickFunnels is a website builder. I actually bought that. That's what my gardening channel is on, which is the Home Gardening Support Network. If you go online, that website is also mine. That's my gardening channel. And because I needed to create membership sites, I needed to be able to have sales pages and landing pages and all those things that they talk about of being able to market online. I signed up for it. It's $97 a month. Up to now, of course, I still pay that because I see the value in it. But for this young man, his was having a free offer of a book. So he started writing books, and most of his books are really good. I also have all these books, like The Expert Secret. It's a book that reveals how to convert your online visitors into long life customers. Wonderful strategies that he has. Often, what he does is he offers his book for $10, that he calls it free plus shipping. So he says, I'm going to give you my book, which is going for $19 on Amazon, but you pay only $10 for shipping and handling, and I'll send you the book. You know, for most people, $10 is not a huge investment. So often you'll probably sign on just because you want to know, based on what he's telling you that book has, and it has value, lots of value. And so I signed up for the book, I got the book, and often most of these online gurus, when you are selling your products, and that's what you're going to find even when you start your business, it's not a one-time transaction. It's where you're setting up from people coming from the lower level. You behind the scenes, you should have something else that you're selling. So for most of them, they may be selling the next level is $37. It could be a digital version of that book. And then they escalate you up to the middle level, which is probably a training, a coaching program, a digital program. And then they escalate you, that could be $97, then something for $297 and so on, until they get to their mastermind. So often I started studying all this and thinking, okay, what do I have? What can I offer? But it's the same journey you go through, whether you're selling physical products or whether you're selling digital programs or coaching. So one of the things he's mentioned, and a lot of gurus mention, when you solve people's problems, you get paid for it. And so when we talk about you starting your online business, it's being able to find out what's your value ladder. What is it that you're offering? It could be a book, it could be a home study course, it could be a live event, it could be a mastermind. You're escalating. But most times you don't start with all of those. You start with the lowest level, especially if you've never done it. So today, our reality is that being online is no longer an option. Especially this last year, it has taught us that, because that we have to be able to reach people wherever they are. I'm in Hawaii right now. I'm speaking to you, you're in Missouri or somewhere else as you're listening to me. And because of these online programs, like the Zoom program that we now, everybody jumped on board, we are able to communicate and to meet. This is another guru that I really love. And I started following way back when, Gary Vee. If you go online on YouTube, he's everywhere. And Gary Vee, he came from being a wine seller for his father's wine shop way back when. And then he built it from, I think it was like a $4 million a year business to almost $100 million a year. But I remember watching him those days, and all he did was he was in his father's wine shop and he was using video at a very early age. And you'd be sampling the different types of wines. It's telling you, you know, if you wanted to eat this food, this is the wine you go with. Or if you want to buy the, you know, at a cheaper price, but have value, this is the wine. You know, most of us, this is information probably you'd be interested in if, let's say, you're a wine connoisseur. But it doesn't matter what it is that you're selling. It's just the same basis of he was offering value. And since then, of course, it's become like a big online guru. So one of the things Gary says is, you need to be able to talk every day. You need to be able to go out there and tell people what it is. Like I'm doing now. Somebody needs to be muted, I guess. So, most things we are always thinking about how do we market ourselves, and that's what I wanted us to talk about. So let's look at the traditional marketing strategies. One of which is, let's say, like I said, if you had money, you could use radio, you could use TV if you had the opportunity. You could use referrals. You could use hope marketing. You could use flyers and leaflets or door-to-door or postcards or direct marketing flyers or magazine. Those were the older ways. It's very hard to be able to make a big headway when we continue to use those methods today. And so now a lot of people have now transitioned to going online, how to turn your fans into leads and leads into customers. So whatever business you are going to be starting, and I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes, these are some of the strategies that you may need to learn how to do. Whether you're using email marketing. Some of you are on this session because you saw an email, maybe Geoffrey sent or somebody sent you an email. So we talk about how you can create your emails, an email autoresponder system if you don't have one, using something like Aweber or MailChimp, using video, using social marketing, media marketing, or even Facebook ads. What I noticed with all these big gurus, they were not just using the traditional methods. Of course, they would be on YouTube or they had a blog or they had a podcast, but most of them were also using paid media. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But all these are platforms, and you don't have to be in all of them, by the way. I mean, very few myself. You can specialize in one or two, and then as you get good at what you're doing, then you can move to the others. But I know for a fact there are some that grows faster. Like today, a lot of people listen to podcasts, and podcast is nothing more than what we are just talking right now. And with Zoom, you can actually easily do it because you can just go in and record yourself talking about a specific topic, and then you upload it. And there are platforms that you can use for free. So it's finding that spot where you are comfortable with the social media. This is a graphic that I like to use in some of my programs. If you've been to them, you see, you can tell who the pioneers are because they are lying face down with arrows on their backs. And we don't want to be a pioneer. And what it means is that we don't want to be able to reinvent the wheel. So even as you're thinking about our online business, we want to see those people who preceded before us, those people who are successful, people like Tony Robbins or Jack Canfield or Oprah. Of course, we may not reach there right away. There's still a possibility, of course. But the thing is, what did they do that helped them to be where they are? One of the things, of course, you notice is that all of them, they are almost omnipresent. They are on every channel. And they came there early. I mean, somebody like Oprah had the opportunity to be on TV many years ago before a lot of other people were there. But we can take a slice of what they have done in the past, whether they are here or even in Kenya, and look at the people and what they are doing. Somebody like Caroline Motuko. I watched her build her YouTube channel. She's a Kenyan, of course. And those days, she just used to post about her own thoughts and things. And now she has become an influencer, meaning she's getting paid by companies to shout out for them, especially real estate, high-end programs, So you don't have to be a Caroline Motuko, but we are saying, how can you be able to amplify your message so that it reaches more people using the online platforms and the opportunities that are available? So what is the fastest path to succeed as an online entrepreneur, whether you're new or you're existing? So that's what I wanted us to talk about today. How do you sell your programs or your products or your services online using the social media? And like I said, being online is no longer an option. And I'll show you some examples of some of the websites that I have built for brick and mortar businesses. So if today you have a business, you're selling a physical good, it could be a restaurant that you have. It could be physical things, like jewelry or other products. Maybe you have a truck business. Maybe you have a book you want to write. Maybe you're a coach in some wellness programs or personal development. Whatever it is that you're doing, can go online because you're going to be helping somebody. The marketing process that you get to use will be able to help somebody. But when we start creating a business, we always have to ask, who is your audience? Who are you serving? Because you can't be serving everybody in the world. Your product may be very good, and you may be feeling, maybe I'm helping everybody. No, you can't. You have to pick up an audience. Who is it? Is it men? Is it women? Is it young people? Is it the youth? Is it immigrants, like what our dear leader is doing, Geoffrey? He works with immigrants, people who come to the US and they need help. They need a helping hand. And most of the time, he's focusing on immigrants who come to Missouri, in St. Louis. So what is the problem you are solving? So once you identify what is the problem you're solving, like for me, when I was doing my gardening channel, the problem I am solving is that those people who have a challenge with their gardening, you know, sometimes we think gardening is so intuitive because we all grew up maybe with a gardening background. But you'd be surprised that sometimes somebody is growing something, maybe you have kales or you have vegetables, and you don't know what insect that is eating your plants. You may be seeing something is eating your plants, but you don't know what it is. And because even though the internet has all the answers, you know, until you know what it is that you're looking for, it may take you a while. So what I have, let's say somebody sent me a picture of something that is eating their kales, I'll be able to tell them right away because I have that knowledge and that background. So when you're solving your problems, find out who is your audience. Because this is an example of a lady that I follow, Sage Lavin. She has a program called Women Rocking Women. And Sage, I saw her became a guru like overnight, well, not overnight, obviously, over the years. She used to be a primary school teacher, elementary school teacher. And now she's a big rock star in the women's world. And Sage works with women because she says she trains women to build businesses that truly change the world while staying true to women's values. In fact, I was watching her because she's, you know, I'm on her email list. So she's now having today an online 3-day virtual retreat. And I know those days when she used to market that virtual retreat, it used to be $997. But today it's $97 because you don't have to get on a plane. She doesn't have to rent a hotel. She's bringing her other online speakers, but she doesn't have to pay them the mega amounts that she used to pay them before. So when you identify who it is that you are actually working with, whether it's young people, men, women, then it becomes easy. But let's explore a few strategies of becoming an online guru or an online entrepreneur. The first step, if you don't have a website, is to find an automated and functional website. And I'll show you the differences with what I'm talking about. Because, you know, sometimes when you create a website which is not built by somebody who knows what they're doing, it may not be automated. And then the website becomes like a card, you know, it's like a postcard. People will come, well, the statistics have shown that people will come and visit your website, but if you don't have a way of capturing people's information, 98% of those people will go away. They'll never come back. And even those 2%, maybe they'll hang around looking at your stuff. But if you still don't have some way of capturing the information, they go away and you never, ever get to meet them again. So how you build your website is really important. Then, of course, you have to think about creating targeted funnels. And we'll talk about those funnels. And a funnel really is just a customer journey. So let's say you have a Facebook page and you post some things that are helpful to the people that you're working with. And on that Facebook post, you tell the people, hey, I have this thing, this PDF or this cheat sheet of maybe the best foods to eat so that you lose your belly fat. All of us would love that. And if that's your thing, you're really interested in that, you certainly probably click on that link that the person provides. And if the person knows what they're doing, that link is going to take you to where you give them your email. And then once you give them your email, you get the cheat sheet of what they promised you, and then maybe end up on their website, and then they are able to market to you later. It's just a process. So a funnel is that customer journey, whether it's from your social media to your website to your sales page where you're selling them the thing. So having a carefully crafted social media campaign helps so that you're not spinning your wheels. When you're sending emails or you're sending posts, they're leading somewhere. And that's one of the things that we talk about. But like I mentioned at the beginning, there's a lot of online gurus that can grow very quickly when they're using the paid ads. Before I knew, at first I used to think, oh, I'll just post something on Facebook and people will love it. No, Facebook will only show 3% of your audience. You may have 1 million people following you, but they don't all get to see the thing you send. On the Facebook, always it holds back. You have to pay to play. So normally, the easiest and fastest is probably using that boosted post. But of course, there's always, questions regarding that. But at least it's the fast way of people getting to see your thing, what it is that you're posting. And with a boosted post, you can use like $10 for a whole week or 7 days or 10 days. It gets a bigger reach. And I'm going to show you some examples of that. And so when you think about some of the strategies that you'd be using for marketing your thing, like email marketing, or even using webinars or live Zoom sessions like we're doing now, or using digital courses, those are all part of and parcel of using that digital marketing strategies to have people in your ecosystem and to have people who are resonating with the things that you're doing. Because we always say people are either running away from pain or they're running towards pleasure. And you get paid the most when you solve your customers' greatest problems. So if people are avoiding something, like I said, if let's say today somebody said, this is the fastest way of avoiding having migraines, let's say. I have discovered a solution for avoiding migraines. So that's a pain point for somebody who has migraines. And so the people, if that is the right audience, you did the right targeting, these people will obviously resonate with you. Or if you're talking about maybe saving a marriage through some strategy that you have found because you have walked that journey. Today there's a lot of people who probably divorce, 50%, they say here in the US. But a lot of people have written books or even have crafted programs of helping parents co-parenting the easy way. Because even after you divorce, you probably still have, those are your children. So if somebody crafted that and that's your audience, then certainly you're solving a problem. You get the idea. So people will pay for good advice or products to shorten the years of learning, the learning curve. So if, let's say today you're saying, okay, Anne, I don't know about this digital marketing thing. And like I told you, I've spent since 2011 up to now, I have accumulated all these, things. I have known now things which can work, which can't work. So I may be able to tell you straight away, why don't we start here? And let's go here. And I'll avoid those things that I knew don't work. And I'll be able to help you shorten that learning curve. It doesn't mean that that information is not online. It is. There's no single information today that is not on Google if you type it. But it's like going to a forest. If you're looking for a specific tree and you didn't know where that tree was located, you would not know. You'd not know where it is. So you need somebody who will give you a map, like Brendan Bashad. I think he used to say that the first step to take when you're going into a forest is to get a map, or if you want to go to a place you've never been, is to get a map. So getting that map to help you. So let's get started now on how do you get into an online business. Let's say you've never had an online business. Let's say you're starting from scratch and you want to start now, or maybe you have an ongoing physical location business. Let's say you have a restaurant, like I had Geoffrey mention. And then that restaurant, you wanted to now register it and have it online so that people can now start ordering online, like they've been doing during this last year. And then you want to market yourself so that you have more customers coming to your restaurant. So how do you do it? You start with having a domain. There are so many domain providers, your restaurant.com, whatever your restaurant is, the most fantastic pastries.com, whatever you're calling your business. So you go online, and one of the platforms that I use is HostGator to register your business. And you can use GoDaddy. There is Bluehost. There's a whole range of different providers, domain providers, so that you get the .com domain or URL that you need, it often costs you probably, I go with the plan. When you go there, you do the baby plan, and that one enables you to actually register as many subdomains as possible if you wanted to, under the same hosting. So let's say HostGator is going to cost you to register your domain $12. $12 and I think 75 cents. And then you get hosting for about maybe $17. The total comes to about less than $40 to get a domain and to get hosting. And then once you get that, then you're on your way to getting your business online, because that's the first step anyway. For those who already have that, they have a domain, then obviously that becomes easy. So you look for the best domain provider. I go with HostGator. There are so many, again, that you can do. Then I wanted to show you a couple of those websites that I have created, just so that you can see. The latest one that I did was with the financial services. It's a Kenyan guy, and he wanted to start teaching about finances, financial mastery. I have some that I have done with massage therapists. I have authors. I have an e-commerce one. So are we okay, Geoffrey? Geoffrey?
Yes, we're good. We're good.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you. Let me get here. Let's see if we can look at some of those. Of course, we start with our very own Geoffrey right here. Let's see. Okay. So, like I said, with Geoffrey, he already had the domain, the Vitendo for Africa, and he also had the hosting. And so it was just deciding on what programs he needed. And he had a lot of contacts because he's been doing this for a while. But then if you're doing, this is a lady that I helped. She's a coach. She's a personal development coach, and she appears in a lot of programs. She also offers online courses. And so we were able to put those together, Angela. So this is Angela. So I work with you as an entrepreneur, deciding what's your story. Her story is very interesting, by the way. And then her coaching, she has one-on-one coaching. She has her services. So we decide what it is that you want to do. And then we try and help you creating that. Hers is a total self-care transformation. So that is her coaching. So we put in the information, and of course, we help her. So, and then of course, other services, whether she's a speaker, she's also a speaker. So she does coaching and she's also a speaker. And so people might hire her to go and speak. And these are some of the topics that she speaks about. But what you'll notice at the end of every one of her pages, there is this one, get the free 3-part mini course. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you want to be able to get people's contacts. And this one is predicated right here at the home page, where she's able to say, get the 3-part mini course on personal healing, clarity of purpose, and life mastery, because that's what she offers. And of course, she has her story here. And when you click on this, get the course now, it takes you to a landing page. And the landing page is where now you get more of the promise of what she's offering, so that eventually, when you go to her website, you don't come out empty-handed. But at the end of it, this is the mini course. You get to put in your name and email, get access now. So she ends up with your email, and this is connected to her email system. So you are able to continue marketing to these people. This one is, this is a lady that was helping Mrs. Ngumi. She's an author, and she decided to write her memoir. So that's her memoir. This is an author website. And so, again, putting in how to learn how to become an author after 50, because that's what she is. She also does a little bit of training, becoming an author, also spiritual counseling. She's a very spiritual lady. But with this one, I was able to click and link it to her booking system. So when you go online and you want to talk to her about, let's say, becoming an author after 50, and she has some information she'd like to share with you, you go online and you can actually click on any of these dates and she'll be able to get with you. And that's all free. Then I have another one where I was talking about the financial services. And so again, it's just putting your information online. And and being able to reach the audience you want. This is a Kenyan, he's a financial guy, and so it's connecting his social media. You can see right here, his social media, get free financial training, your roadmap to financial success. This is Wandeto's website. He's doing financial management courses, tax mastery. He's also training that. He also has webinars and seminars, and we are still finishing. He still has a few things they need to add and finish up, but that's the framework. That was my latest website that I did. So when I work with you, I help you craft that website based on the things that are important for you. If you decide, okay, I want to do, this is my area, this is my field, this is what I want to do. I help work with you. I rather work with you so that I'm able to help you get online and start showing up. So give me 1 second. I go back again to where we were, first of all. If anybody has a question, let me know so that I can answer before I keep going. Any questions? Geoffrey?
Can we see the e-commerce
website? Oh, yeah. The e-commerce one. Oh, good. All right. Thank you. Let me put that on here, right here. Thank you for that. We are okay, Geoffrey?
Yeah, we're good. We can give another maybe 8 minutes so that we can give people questions. But
okay. Maui Rainbow Tea, Gourmet Tea. Okay, hold on a second. It's loading. And this was a lady who was, let me see, start sharing that. Okay, hold on. Share. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is a lady who sells tea here in Hawaii, and she used to sell it at the farmers markets, and I knew her, she's a friend. And so I helped her create this. These are her colors, by the way, not my colors. She wanted something bright, but she's able to put together the different teas, mango, lychee, black tea, different varieties of her tea. And then when you click on it, order now, it links to the hero page of that particular tea. So you are able to get the information on that particular tea, the description of the tea, the ingredients, the allergens and all that, and how to make it. But what is even more important is that people who also view this item, like how you go to Amazon, you get to see that. So you see other items that you can sell on it, but also her best sellers. You're able to see those best sellers just below here. And of course, if you have more than $50 worth, you can get free shipping. But the good news is that when you click on this one now, this one is out of stock. But let's say I took one which was not out of stock. Then it enables you to go to the next level. So with the e-commerce, you can always add, because this is, I need to talk with her. She's out of stock in a lot of things. But you can view your cart, you can add to the cart. It's just the basic components of an online e-commerce platform. So with this one, we also have a coupon. So you always try to sell more. When you're doing e-commerce, you try to sell more of the same product, actually, as many times as you can. And we also give coupons so that you incentivize the people. And if they add on, they can add the number of quantities, they can update the cart, they can put in any of the coupons, they can proceed to the checkout. So that is the process for e-commerce. It's a bit different, but it's also doable. I hope that answers your question. And I'm going to go back so that we can continue. And I'll be happy to answer more questions related to that as we move forward. But so what do you do now? As you continue working and creating that platform for e-commerce, there are certain things. Let's say you started a YouTube channel. One of the things that I found out which helps you if you have a YouTube channel is to have this Tube Buddy. And Tube Buddy helps you know which videos to post on YouTube, how to name your videos so that you are noticed fast. Before we knew it, I could just post nilly-willy on YouTube, and then nobody gets to see your videos. But if you have that, that's a way to actually get it. The next thing is to create your funnels, because you're trying to see where is my customers coming from? Where are they coming from? What's that customer journey like when you have an online program? And it doesn't matter whether you're selling to corporate. It doesn't matter whether you have a truck business. You still are looking for customers. It doesn't matter whether you have a cleaning business. You still need customers. So your customers could be coming from Facebook, YouTube, from referrals, from other sources, all of them. They come into this funnel. We call it a funnel. At the beginning, people are getting to know you. It's the awareness stage. And then once they get to know you, you send them a few things which make them feel, oh, okay. They go into the consideration stage. And then they go into the intent stage, which is just before they buy from you because they see you can solve their problem. And once they buy, they go into the loyalty bucket. And of course, the advocacy. This is people who love what you do and they are singing about your praises to others. So that customer journey, from your traffic sources to the landing page, it has to be very intentional. You got to know where you're taking people so that at least you capture that email and you continue to sell to them, maybe through emails, and nurturing that relationship. So in the traffic phase, you have a lead magnet. Like I showed you those two examples, and even Geoffrey has that on his homepage. If you go there, you see some information he shares about people who are immigrants who need to learn how to settle in the US very quickly. So there's a checklist or a video that he has created. So you have those checklist, sample, PDF video, opt-in, they give you their email because the money is in the list. Most of these online gurus and those influencers, they're influencers because they have millions of people following them. And in fact, today on Instagram, you pay an influencer so that he shouts at you. You know, the Kardashians built their empire because they accumulated a lot of followers and they have their names and emails. In fact, today somebody was telling us to be able to have them shout out about your product, you pay at least $50,000. So you give them your opt-in name, you give them the freebie, you take them through the sales page, you give them an upsell, which is they bought something at $10, maybe $20 or whatever amount, and then you are selling them the next thing. And even in a physical location, even in a physical product and e-commerce, if somebody bought you 2 packets of tea, that's not enough. They're going to need more tea. They may need tea for their visitors and friends. So the next thing you sell is, hey, why don't you buy this bundle of 10 packets of tea for us, maybe with a coupon? You're always trying to upsell your product. So we are looking for, when you're trying to get people to your ecosystem, you think of the thing to give to them so that you're able to grab, you're continuing that journey. So a lot of gurus, they give free things. Like this guy, he gives the client getting video script. And because I like to know that, he says download now. As soon as you click on that, it takes you to where you have the emails. You click on that, you give him his email, and then that's when he gives you the thing he promised, but also that's actually where he sells the program that made him come to you in the first place. So you have to think about your hook story offer, whether it's on your online platform, on Facebook, whether it is talking to people. What is your hook? What is it that you're tantalizing to the people and saying, hey, give me your name, I'm going to give you this PDF or checklist about your health, how to exercise easily without having to struggle, how to have a better nutrition, how to have the best abs, how to have a good marriage, how to be spiritual, how to be, even churches today. In fact, the big mega churches, they are into the business of digital marketing. Churches are businesses. I was helping a church here, some young man who was starting a church. And I tell you, we went through the big gurus, from Joel Austin to Joyce Meyer to Prince, to all those big gurus. What do they do every single day? If you go to their Facebook pages, it's not just, quoting the scriptures. That's not enough. You got to know how many times do you quote the scriptures and how many times do you give people something that is they'll hold on to. It's all digital marketing. So the hook is how to grab somebody to get their attention. Then you have to tell them the story of what you're selling. And then you have to create an offer that people want or need. So all businesses have to learn the hook story offer. That's the process. So how do you make a difference? Let's say you are selling cell phones. You go to Nairobi, along the streets, everybody is selling cell phones or cell phone cases. How do you make your cell phone case more valuable than your competitors next door? Often you can say, hey, I have this cell phone and I'm going to give you a free cell phone case. Or I'm going to give you, on top of you buying the cell phone, I'll give you maybe a Bluetooth. You find something, or I'm going to give you this, something that makes it more valuable. But if they're buying it at the same price as the next person, you increase the value of the product. So the goals of a funnel is first, generate a lead. The second step is to create a customer, somebody who is buying something from you. So there are certain strategies that are universal. The first one is email marketing. You've got to connect your business to email marketing. And like I mentioned at the beginning, there are so many free services that you can use. Like I use Aweber. I pay monthly, $30. But Aweber also gives you a freebie. You can start with one list. So you can go online. If you type aweber.com, you'll actually be able to create a list of those initial customers that you need, and you will not have to pay. The same with MailChimp. There's a lot of them. And now I have apps that I use. So this is Aweber. If you need help, let me know. I'll be able to help you start an online email system. So email marketing is key because they say for every person who is on your email, let's say you had 1,000 people on your email list, you're going to earn $1 per month from that person. So if you had 1,000 people, it's $1,000 a month if you're doing it correctly. So for those people with thousands and thousands and thousands of email list members, they have a lot of money they make every month. And even I noticed that even with my gardening program, when I post things, like right now I've been doing my digital programs, but when I post things, I actually get customers. I get people who say, hey, Anne, I need your help I do consulting for my gardening program. So it helps. And then of course there's a follow-up series for most of you who have been in email. A thank you is the immediate thing, a welcome email, follow-up email series, and so on. Then you can have digital courses. Maybe you are very good at what you do. Most of you are educated. I get very impressed with our people because I know a lot of you have been trained. So one of the programs that I have is actually how to create your online course. That's one of my digital programs, the 5-step framework for transforming your unique experiences into a digital course. So I have that online and you can sign up for it if you're interested. But if you have knowledge that you have to share, you can actually turn that into an online course. And the beauty of an online course is that you do it once and you sell it often. And you can go through the customer lifetime value. And then, of course, you have to learn how to advertise your business online using paid media, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads. And all these, by the way, you don't have to do them at the beginning. It's sequential, step by step by step. So when I say this is what you need to do, it's not necessarily like all of it. You don't want to feel like a faucet that is just being thrown at you. But at least that's the process. I wanted to show you an example of some of the posts that I used on my gardening program where I was just spending about $10. And with that $10, I was able to reach, that week I had 127,000 people who saw my post. And most of the money you spend is very little. See, like 0.75, 3.9. This was just boosted post. And then I did one, I have a Moringa course, how to grow Moringa easily. And when I did that, I posted it again, $10, and you do 39,000 people reach, 3,187, 86. Those are the people who actually interacted with the program. But what it is it enables you to reach the people you want for whatever it is that you're doing. And then in digital marketing, you actually take those people who watched your video and you do what we call retargeting. You retarget them because they already know about you. You can test what it is that you're doing and how people are resonating. The other way is to use Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger has, it's always next to you on your Facebook page. And often you can just acquire customers for free. All these I got, at that time, I had like 205 active subscribers who just logged into my Facebook Messenger. It's just right there. It's automated. You can use MiniChat, which is a robot that you can add onto Facebook Messenger for maybe just $10 a month. And you can use that as your marketing platform. So you need to be able to set up your right digital products for your business level. I'm almost finishing. Because sometimes, like I said, when I started, I used to hear all these messages. Sometimes you can almost feel like you're going to be so overwhelmed because this guru says a membership site is the best for you. Another guru says a digital course is the best for you. Another one is like email marketing is the best for you. I have come to learn over the years and also following the right people. There is a certain level at which you should be able to enter based on your where you are in your business. Like if you're just a beginner, what are some of those programs you can do? Let me show you. Like I said at the beginning, you are creating a value ladder. So by the time you reach the top of this value ladder, you cannot be starting with, let's say, masterminds here, let's say, if you don't even know how to, you don't even have a name, a website, for instance, or even a 3-day live event. You can't start there. It's a sequential. So let's look at the right products for you. We'll be answering the questions. What products or services should you develop for your online business and at the current level of your business? Which products and services will be the right mix for you at the level that you are? If you're just starting today, let's focus on a few of these programs because most of those gurus can be able to, you get confused. So be very clear. What is the problem you're solving? And who are you solving it for? And then once you know that, is it for men or women, for professionals at work, for other businesses, so it's a B2B? Is it new entrepreneurs? Is it single women? Is it brick and mortar business? Is it coaching, speaking, or an author? So once you're clear on that, your ideal customer, then you'll be able to go in and start saying, okay, these are the 3 levels of businesses that I can go into. So let's say you are starting the beginner level, the intermediate level, just gaining momentum, or the advanced level. So the beginner level, at that level, these are the types of businesses or types of programs you can start. You can do coaching because this can be based on your knowledge, your background, your skills. You can do coaching. That's easy because you can even get on Zoom and do coaching. You can do digital courses because these are mainly online. You can do done for you services. Let's say like if you have an agency and you're good at what you do, maybe you do websites like I do, or Facebook ads or digital marketing. You can do that at that level. You can do events, let's say a conference, a workshop. It doesn't have to be big. You can do network marketing. You're selling other people's products, or you can be a non-for-profit, like most of you are. That's at the beginner level. It doesn't require a lot of information or investment. That's a good place to start. Then you go to the next level, which is the momentum, intermediate level. At that level, you can do membership sites because then people can start paying you on a monthly basis. You can do masterminds. And masterminds is where you bring a group of people together who are helping each other grow as well as you. You can do affiliate marketing, which is where you're selling other people's products. You can do training and consulting, if that's what you want to do, or you can do a revenue sharing option. And this is where you create like a partnership with some organization or groups and you share the revenue. That's at the intermediate level. And the last level is the advanced level, which is the physical products. You can sell physical products. You can do speaking programs. You can do certification programs. You can certify people, train the trainer program. You can do intellectual property licensing or sponsorship. You can get organizations to sponsor you, but then they know you. And lastly, you can do acquisition or purchase other companies. So when you know what level you're at, you can pick one of those and then you go into it. So as I come to an end, when you realize that selling is serving other people at the highest level, you have to be able to move to the next level. You know, once you have your program, because you can't always be giving your programs for free, you know that. So to become a business, you've got to be able to do what I'm about to do now, which is to say, what I just taught you is important, but it may not be the most important growth strategy for your business right now. And I have identified other growth strategies. So I would like to schedule some time with you so that we can work on your actual business. And I have a 30-minute free session. I have a 30-minute free session, a strategy session that I offer the people that I come across. And in this session, when you sign up for it, we will work together to create your crystal clear vision for your ultimate business, online business. We look at any challenges that you may have. We'll also look at how to turn your business into an online program. And we'll also learn about some of the challenges you may be having if you're a brick and mortar business. And once you finish on that, I have an amazing package that I offer, which is I help you create your website if you don't have one. I will help you to create videos, show you how to do videos easily. I'll help you with your social media automation. I'll also help you with your email marketing services. And if you decide to do Facebook Messenger, I'll help you with your chatbot. And if you do an e-commerce system, I'll help you set up the payment system, including your graphics. So that is the package, and this is the special offer I have for you today. Like any good guru, you always offer people, because some people want to go to the next level. But I start with a free complimentary 30-minute session, which you sign up for, you don't pay for it. And there I am, Geoffrey. That's the end of my presentation.
Wow.
Great. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Anne.
It's fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm going to stop share so that we get to see each other. Asante.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is a good marathon. I think it's, I'm learning a lot too. Yes, and I think there's a question. So we're going to have a session, a Q&A session for now.
Okay,
the question that I see here is, how often do you recommend to update the website for marketing purpose? And I think this could be also on social media. Are you doing it on daily basis or on weekly? And if you're on social media, how many posts should you do per day?
I see. Good. Thank you. For the website, I work with the people. For when you sign up with me, I actually give you 3 months. We worked together for 3 months, like Geoffrey knows. I was with him for 3 months. And during that time, I continue to support you. We continue working on the things, to link you so that you become more comfortable with your social media marketing, your posting. In fact, for a while, I was helping Geoffrey. Now he's very good at that. He's doing it. But for those who need a little extra helping hand, I work with you. The website updating, again, during that 3 months, that's when we are doing it. Most times the website is sort of set, other than Geoffrey is very busy because he's always having these speakers and programs and things. So he's able to do that. But I can, I will train you. By the time we finish, you know how to do it for yourself. But I'm always available if you need my help. And for Facebook posting, if you can post daily, that will be helpful. At least a minimum of twice a week, if you can, because people will forget you. People will forget you. So you want to be top of mind.
Okay, that's good. We're going to open for the people. You just unmute yourself and you can ask a question or you can make a comment.
Hello.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey, Dr. Lumia, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. This lady is phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
I'm not asking a question. I'm making a comment.
That's good.
You are a diamond. You're a gift. You are a blessing. I watch your language. I watch your tactics. You have it all. You are comprehensive.
Thank you.
Now, I am a preacher.
Oh, you are? Okay. Thank you.
So I know the game, except I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
And I also don't have the money.
Okay.
How can I become like you or quarter of you in this field?
Start by signing up for the 30-minute session, and I'll be able to look at what you're doing. I'll be happy to advise you on some of the things you're doing once I look at your social media. You have a website for the chat, sir?
No, I haven't. I'm a missionary. I combine a lot of things. I am in the beginning stage. I just want to perfect in the mission field.
Okay. All right. And that's very, very helpful. I'll be happy to help you. So if you I'm gonna put that in the. Can you be able to put it in the chat, Geoffrey?
The email.
The digital the 3B, the 30-minute session.
The link you have. I think the link will be good if you have it.
Okay. All right. Yes, I
get the link and put it on the chat.
Okay. Good. Let me get that. Pause share for a second. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, the sharing has stopped. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll get that and I'll put it on as soon as I can. Okay, here we go. And it's because the reason I give that is because I find that businesses are different. Every business is different. And so it's very hard for me to be able to give like a blanket recommendation. So it's easier when we speak, and then it's easy to be able to advise you based on that. You can see it now? You can
Thank
see it.
you. Thank
All right.
you.
You're welcome, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Anybody else? So Moses, you have a question?
Yeah, my name is Moses.
Good.
I just started my own business, and I'm still young in them. I've been working, and I decided to start my own. I know it's not easy, but everything you've said this evening is mind blowing. I don't even know where to start. You know, so I said,
Can you tell us a little bit what business are you doing?
Okay, I do more of houses, into remodeling, maintenance, and cleaning services. So, but I did I first of all did flyers. You know, went around one of the malls around St. Peter's and St. Charles. I dropped my flyers, you know, on people's car, their windshield, you know, you know, over 500 flyer. But I got only 2 calls from.
That is
I feel discouraged, and I spoke to Jeffrey too.
Yeah.
And I know people have been calling, but I want to know how to come out there. I know what I'm doing, but I want to know how to come out there to meet, you know, to get the real market.
I see. And thank you so much for that, because one of the challenges that people went through during the COVID time last year was because those businesses that used to be a physical location business, like yours, you know, cleaning or brick and, you know, building and all that, you didn't have a way now to start marketing. But actually, US is very easy to market, because first of all, we'll be able to target those people. Who are your audience? Is it people who own homes, for sure, or they own businesses? Because you want to be cleaning businesses or cleaning homes. In fact, this week, some lady mentioned in a group I am in, a Kenyan women group, that she met a friend of hers who is actually cleaning, and she has like 40 customers, and each customer pays $100 for cleaning. That's $4,000 a month. And that is before you even have other extra people who come in. I'll be happy to work with you and give you some tactics of how to market to people.
I'll be so
It's
glad.
how you create coupons. It's how you create things that will entice them. I'll work with you and help you. And I think the next session we should be having with you, Geoffrey, is on how to market your brick and mortar business, because there's a whole set of things that people can do. I'll be happy to work with you later. So sign up for that session. Yeah, I'll be happy to work with you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's good, Moses, and I put his number there, so anybody who also want to follow up with Moses can also reach out. But I think and you are to post the link for people to follow up, or your email, your contact.
I did send it. This is the Exponential Digital Trainers. It's right there. exponentialdigitaltrainers.com/30-minutes. It's right there on the chat. I hope you're getting to see it. Oh, it's private. Okay, let's see. To everyone. Okay, here we go. All right. There we go.
Okay, that's good.
Sorry, I was posting it private. I apologize.
That is fine. Anybody else with another question? That's good, Moses. I think that was a good question. We can wrap it up.
Compliment.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, hi. My name is Catherine. I'm in Sacramento.
Catherine?
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much for this extraordinary work that you're doing. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos because I'm really interested in the e-commerce platform.
Yes.
But I'm not internet or all that technology savvy. But now speaking to a Kenyan, hearing from a Kenyan, I am so excited, and I will be joining you very, very soon so you can walk me, from point A to Z. I know that's the way to go now. It's e-commerce and digital marketing and all that because of all whatever is going on in the world. So I am so grateful. Thank you so much. I got this email from a friend who I had not spoken to in a long time. Finally, they sent it to me and I said, yes, that's what I've been looking for. So I'm gonna join this meeting at 4 p.m. So thank you so much. I'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And e-commerce is one of the fastest growing online platforms.
Yes, it is. People are becoming millionaires within a very short time. Yes, I've been watching so many videos. So I have a clue of what's going on. I just don't know how to strategize it. But with your help, I think I'm going to be on the next level. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You say you're calling from where?
I have a question, Geoffrey.
Yes.
I was from Sacramento, California.
Oh, from California. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank
go ahead,
you so
Fred.
much for this.
You're welcome. I'm glad that you're able to join.
Yep.
We have a gentleman who wanted.
It's Fred. Fred, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Geoffrey and Miss Anne Gachuhi. I'm very, very pleased to see a coach that's from Kenya.
Thank you.
It's lovely, beautiful, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Question is this: Can you tell me anything about Jumia? Is that what do you think about the platform of Jumia? Is that gonna grow or it's gonna expand?
Yeah. Jumia is actually the Kenyan version of Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
Yes. So Jumia, I've been talking to people because I have an interest. Like I said, I've been learning all kinds of things, including getting a lot of apps. And one of the apps I got was where I can be able to actually pull up products from places like Jumia, from Walmart, from Amazon, from Etsy, and create an instant e-commerce platform. Jumia is where Amazon was like almost 10 years ago. And for people who are selling products, there's an e-commerce platform in Kenya. It's growing a lot. And up to now, they have an affiliate program. So if you just want to sell products without having to go source them from India, China, from AliExpress or other places that people get products from, you can look at the products that are selling the most. And there's a way to find which products are selling the most, even on Jumia, just like you do on Amazon. There's a strategy. And then you can become an affiliate. That is one, meaning you can sell other people's products. You create a bridge. You have a website where you are promoting those products. And when people click on it, you get your commission. I think they give 9% commission. But if you're selling your products on Jumia, you can actually. You just have to figure out which are the products people most want, so that you don't just become like any other person selling cell phones or selling whatever it is that everybody's selling. Find that thing that the people want, and you'd be actually quite good. Jumia right now is pretty helpful to sellers. They don't have a lot of jumps and hoops that you have to go through, not like Amazon. So they're still in the early stages, even though they are pretty advanced. They've been there for a while, several years. But it's a good platform. I would go in. What are you planning to sell?
I'm not trying to sell, but I'm trying to figure out how to connect with local sellers and be able to try to do something, sell something.
Absolutely. And one of the things I was doing, because I was working with some e-commerce people, is finding how to source products. If you're doing e-commerce, either to source through AliExpress, you can get that. You do drop shipping, or you do Alibaba, or those are all from China. But here in the US, if you're selling e-commerce products, there's a lot of drop shipping companies. And I have some of those platforms for those of you who are interested. I'll be happy to send those to you so that you look at them. I've been working with somebody that Geoffrey recommended me, and we've been evaluating those platforms for getting products. So thank you so much for the question.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, we have one more question or comment. If anybody out there can unmute and ask the question.
Yeah, so this is Faiza. I have my YouTube channel, and I think I need your help. So I need those subscribers coming in my channel, and I also need to, to make it searchable.
Oh, wonderful. And
Right.
in fact, one of the programs, I do a radio show here in Hawaii, and about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I did a session on how to optimize your YouTube channel. So I have a video on that, how to go about creating that successful YouTube channel. And I'll be sending Geoffrey that link so that he can forward to you the video. But also when you sign up for that 30-minute session, I'll be happy to work with you directly.
I will definitely sign up. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
And I'm so glad that Fred mentioned about Jumia, because I was looking at Jumia yesterday and I was like, I need to buy in wholesale so I can sell to people locally in my in Mombasa. So
absolutely. You're in Kenya? Right
no,
now?
I'm in here. I'm in St. Louis.
Okay, good. Yeah, Jumia is a great platform. I think we should do a session on that the next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll definitely get in touch with you on the 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Great. And Anne, did you put your email on the chat?
I need to put it now for everybody. I'm going to do that just now.
Yeah, you
can the email is either I'll give you my shorter email, which is gsn2011@gmail.com. And you can do that, or you can use my telephone number. We are in Hawaii, 446-2361. So we are still early here. That's my phone number for everybody.
Good.
808-446-2361, or my email, you can just use the gsn2011@gmail.com.
Great, great.
Yes,
Thank you so much. I think we are wrapping up right now. I want to say thank you so much for your time and sharing great information to everyone.
Thank you.
I believe there is a lot, like somebody said, there is a lot that has not been tapped.
Yes.
And I think also for us to be able to brand ourselves in either business, whatever the business you're doing, branding is very key. It's very important. That's what makes people see the value of your product or the value of your service. I've learned so much from you. I have also learned from you in the past, from the last conversation we've had, and we've seen great progress, great outcome from since we started working with you. I would recommend people to reach out to you and seek your advice. I think there is one thing I always say, that you cannot be an expert of everything, but what you're good at, do that. What you're not good at, let somebody else do it. Otherwise, you will be able to take a lot of time doing things that it's not your area. You can be able to concentrate on what you're good at, and then whatever you are not, find the expert, and the experts will be able to do a better job. And the reason I say that is because I can do the website, but I'm not good in the website. So that's why I had to reach out to Anne, because and I could not have done what she did even if I would stay in the computer for the whole month. But she was there for a couple of days, and she said, "Here we go." So working with experts is something that I've always believe it's very important. But also building those networks within our community, it helps us to grow. What you're good at, we give you a platform. I see Moses. I know I can do some work on my house, but I'm not good in that, doing a very good detail. And that's why even when I have some work, I have to reach out to Moses, and I tell, hey, go do this, because that is his area, that is his specialty. And unless we build that and we're able to encourage each other with that, I think that's a way to build grow, and that's how we can be able to build our businesses. And be generous enough to share, to say that this is what Fred does. He does better than I do, and I'm able to shout when Fred talks about soccer. I cannot coach, but he's a very good coach in soccer. So anything to do with the soccer, the best I can do is talk to Fred. You have a program, reach out to him, and he'll be able to help you do better on soccer. What I'm good at, then I can concentrate and do what I'm good at. So with that, I would say this is one of the ongoing sessions that programs we've been doing. We'll do another one. But also to remind you that next week we have another great session also that we would be able to invite you. It is actually, I'm going to share here with you so that at least you can all be aware of what's coming up. Next week, we have this great event Thursday at 6 p.m. It's called Building Momentum Speaker Series, which we use that platform to share our story. It's a great way of us, actually, people to know about the value we bring to the region as African immigrants. And we invite you to join that. You just click here. All you do is just go to our events page. And like today, if you were there, you saw that that's what we had today. Next week, we have Building Momentum Speaker Series with Zolipa. Zolipa is a great speaker. For those who know her or those who don't know her, you can't miss out this one. I was telling her, I can't wait. I'm also eagerly waiting to hear her speak. And we also have Laura Nebo. She's from Cameroon. Our network is beyond the continent. It's all over the continent. So we invite you also to hear great inspiration also from Laura and sharing her journey and what she's doing right now. And then we also have our youth. If you have a youth anywhere in this country between the age of 12 all the way to 23, 24, we want you to invite them on this. It's going to be a Saturday between 12 and 1:15. In this session, we have invited young people who have been successful in different fields, different career field, that they can be able to share their journey, and the young people can ask questions on the field. Then on April the 22nd, it's going to be Diaspora Dialogue, Black Women in the Corporate America.
My name is Nicholas Ngige. My name is Sebastian.
I am Patavi. I'm Grace Mary Nganga. I'm Ruth.
Diane Stevenson. Jen McGaddy. Smuka Dewa.
Christina Vivid.
Safi Uzaye.
Jaja Uzaye.
Agatha Kinethia.
Faiza.
Dr. John Mwangi.
My name is DeAndrea Weeks, and I am with Vitina for Africa.
I am with Vitendo for Africa. I am with Vitendo for Africa. And I am with
Vitendo for Africa.
I am with.
I am with.
I am with Vitendo for Africa.